head out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just pressing record. And so where were you yesterday? What part of the country? Like,
Hunterville.
oh wow.
Yeah, it's out the back. Probably you turn off a Hunterville, go that Vinegar Hill Road, and then head in about, I don't know, 20k inland to the central of New Zealand. They're logging in there.
Yeah, bro. Wow.
And
Places we've never been. Places we would never have seen.
Some beautiful country.
Wow, right.
And then up to just to Palmy and Fielding actually after that. Yeah, and then back.
And were they forestry places in Fielding and Palmy too?
Oh no, just some our branch in Palmy. I went to see it to our yard. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then what was last night? Oh no, we went out for dinner with some mates, but was at rugby training on Tuesday. And then
yeah. Sure.
Coming down
how are the numbers at training?
Like 45.
What the heck?
Yeah. So
everyone
plus reserves.
Everyone keen to get out after lockdown.
Yeah, I think so. And it's a short season. I think everyone's pumped for fucking, what is it, 6 games or something?
Bro, I reckon it's going to change the game for good, eh? I just think, those long seasons are gone, eh? Like, people's commitment and time is so important, eh?
Yeah. And I think that's, some of the boys are saying, that there's like 4 home games or 3 home games, and their wives have all said, yep, sweet, you can go out for that, because it's only 3 for the season. It's not like 4, 8, 4 in the first round and 4 in the second round. So
yeah. I hope
good chat in the community about it.
Yeah, man. I hope rugby take note and make some change there.
Yeah.
Hey, this catch up here after after you do a module and then you get into life. This is really just to see what came up for you, what you started to notice, and again, any clarity of anything that pops up.
Yeah.
And so, usually it's about an hour. So how long have you got?
Yep, probably an hour.
Yep. Cool. Yep. And then just get any clarity on the next step. So, man. So how was the weekend, and what did you start to notice?
The weekend was like 20 guys on the piss, really, just for the
20?
Weekend. Yeah, which was good, but I think generally it's like quite a clucky. There's 2 quite clucky groups. There's a group that grew up in Taranaki, and then a group that grew up around here, and we're all intermingled, but everyone ventures back to your groups, and you don't have that confidence often to go to that other group, to your other group. But I think I felt a bit more confident this weekend, just trying to raise my cheeks. Is my screen a bit blurry for you, or is it just blurry for me?
No, it's a little bit blurry. It's not crystal clear.
I wonder what that is. I've just got fucking new internet. It's real blurry, but so it was a bit. I suppose it was definitely better having a bit more confidence. Raising, just smiling a bit more. I think that was the key to it.
So you were physically, purposely smiling a bit more? Yeah,
and trying to laugh at jokes that, because I don't normally laugh, I just sort of smile a little bit and then go back to my resting bitch face, but I tried to actually laugh. Yeah, so, and I suppose, well, conversation comes to you a bit better when you're happy and a bit more relaxed. I think you're not that awkward guy standing there in silence because you're nervous or worried or scared or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And when you would do those things, what was the self-talk and the feeling internally?
It's okay.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. Just a bit more relaxed.
So that's a feeling.
It's probably weight off the shoulders, sort of thing. Just less pressure.
Yeah, what is that? Like that's an interesting feeling. Quite a few people share that feeling. And what's the thought that comes with those feelings? Is it still okay?
Yeah, I think it's less pressure because you're trying to eliminate that pressure, or you're it's, it's not at the forefront of your mind, the worry or the concern or the I don't even know what the feeling is that's at the front of your mind, but it seems to not be there. It wasn't there as much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just joking around.
Yeah. So I think we may have talked about this on the Friday, but that's the first part of any change, is that catching of those thoughts, feelings, and then how you're behaving. So that's some good observation. Um, was there any times where it was negative thoughts or feelings?
Just since I've come back,
Yeah, tell us more there.
um, I don't know. Just came home and probably um, felt down since I've been home. I suppose part of it's to come down of a hangover. You've just got that,
Yeah,
um, tiredness or a bit lethargic, bit tired on a Monday.
yeah,
And then you just no energy and no motivation. I think that's just brings you back to um, knocks the confidence back out of you again.
yeah. So those are good feelings that you've identified. No energy, no motivation. What's the words then? What's the thoughts, the self-talk that that goes along with that?
Um, to smile.
Oh yeah. So it's
It's
actually
probably
trying to give you a solution.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. What were you asking? What's the
Oh, to feel no energy or no motivation. Yep, like you say, there's the hangover piece. Um, what's the thoughts though that might come alongside with those feelings, or that even cause those feelings? Like
oh
for
so
me,
the thoughts of say I suppose loneliness,
yeah,
uh,
got yeah,
people people don't like me.
yeah, nice, good catching.
Um, uh, maybe people um, as you revert back to things that you've worried about in the past,
Yeah, yeah. So that did you catch?
situations, or yeah,
Yeah, did you catch there that those initial thoughts cause a spiral? I think is what you were saying, is to then think about those other events from the past.
yeah.
Yeah. So when you talk about loneliness and people don't like me, like what's the specific what's the specific words that are being said internally, like, oh, you're lonely, or you're on your own again, or oh, you loner? Because we really want to catch, there's two types of talk. There's commentary, which is like, oh, I'm tired today. Or like for me, we had a rough night with the kiddies, so I'm like, oh, it could be a long day. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like 8:30 is my last meeting today. At night, I'm like, oh, it could be a long day today. When can I nap? So that's commentary. And then the other type of talk is a command. Picture like an army sergeant that says, "Give me 20," and it's at you.
Yeah.
And now that's a command. So what I caught this morning was,
Back.
hey, Mardi, I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, that cut out and brought us back in.
We're back.
Yeah. Yeah, so did you get that bit, the command?
Yeah, I think it's possibly both.
Yep, would be, yep.
Yeah.
And so what we really want to start to catch and get really good at catching is the command. And another one for me is, and I didn't realize this at the time, it wasn't until I started learning this stuff that I realized, shit, I used to get up most mornings and the first thing I'd say when I look in the mirror, I'd get up out of bed, go to the bathroom, and I'd look in the mirror and I'd go, "You're shit." Now that's a pretty strong command, eh?
Yeah.
So yeah, any commands that you could reflect on that might be popping up?
No, not that I can think of. I think like in the morning when I wake up and I struggle to get out of the bed at the moment, it's sort of like, oh, you've got to deal with people.
Yes.
You've got people will start contacting you soon, or overwhelmed by even just a text message, and you're like, oh, fuck, I've got to reply to this, or yeah.
Got you.
I don't know if that's command though.
No, that's definitely commentary. And then what the command can often follow, like, oh, I've got to talk to people. Oh, shit, you never get back to people in time. That's one for me.
Yeah. Or my, I think, because there's a couple of group chats and they're quite witty, and I suppose the command's probably like, oh, that's not funny. You're not, your reply's not going to be funny, or they're not going to laugh, or.
Yeah, nice. Good catching. Yeah.
I don't know if they're, I don't know if that's commentary or command, but.
Yep. No, you'll catch it, or you'll start to pick it up now, but it's very much at us. The command is about us. It's about you, or you can't do that, or you're shit at that, or you're slow at that, so you might start to notice it now, and it can often, when we're working with people, first of all, some didn't even realize what their thoughts were, didn't pay too much attention because they're distracted by social media and all these other things. So they get to that first level of, oh shit, that's sore, or oh my gosh, we're so busy. So that's some real surface stuff, and there's another layer and another layer below that. So that's probably one of the, what you want to do over the next couple of days between now and our next catch up is, okay, catch that first layer and then notice what the second and maybe the third talk is after that.
I think it might be your week.
Yeah, good catch, bro. Good freaking catch. Why do you say that? Why do you say it might be like?
Because I think,
you're just pulling back the layers.
yeah, I think, like, if I went to the supermarket and someone argued with me, I feel weak and not power. I've got no, like they would beat me,
Yeah, nice. Good catch,
or
bro.
someone broke into my house, and it was a scrawny little street kid. He would beat me.
Yeah.
I feel powerless or weak to their.
Bro, that's mean.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
Yeah, good catch. Good catch. So when was the first time you would have experienced that in terms of your week? When?
I don't know. It might have been that night in town. That he was only a scrawny little street kid, but I felt weak because I felt I probably didn't have the backup behind me where he did.
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
Maybe.
Yep.
Or yeah.
So we get to this in the third module, but just start planting the seeds now. And I think we spoke about it on Friday. But that saying, when your team's under pressure, you see your true character.
Yeah.
Like our teams in rugby, for example, we're on our own 5 meter line and we're getting pumped and we're just trying to keep the other team out, and we'll see the true character of our group. Well, that's the same for us as individuals, I think we may have mentioned. And so, again, in our journey, in our younger days, some of the beliefs that we would have picked up there, have been layered upon, and there's layers of conditioning and life upon those. And it's now like this little seed underneath the ground, like well underneath the surface. And then as we go through life, we get hit with pressures, multiple pressures and challenges throughout life. Now, when we get hit with some real challenges, then we see what our true character or belief about ourselves might be. And so what possibly, I'm not saying this is exactly the case, but what I've seen happen before for others is that, this event just brought what was there at the bottom to the surface.
Yeah.
That's one possible answer. And so one of the goals when we get to module 3, and I think we mentioned again on Friday, is, reflecting on our journey from day dot, from when we can remember to, now, and see if there's any event. Like, I know you said you're really positive at school and confident. Was there ever a time at school when you felt, shit, I'm weak, or you were told you were weak, or you even said to yourself at some point you were weak? And it might have been something as simple as, like I had one rugby player, former professional footy player, and his one was, you suck. Or actually, there was even me, it was like, you're shit. And it was during primary school, and so in the class, they were doing like this maths thing. And in his group, everyone got it except for him. And the teacher made a bit of fun of him.
Mm.
And so that was his command.
Yeah.
So anything come to mind from the school days where you may have?
I do remember a situation in it, and it does. You don't remember fuck all of school, but this one does come up every now and then in my mind is that a guy I used to hang out with at school was a big family in Otaki. He was one of my really good mates. And I remember the discussion one day that, he was saying if someone broke into my house, I'd almost murder the guy, I'd just start fucking attacking him,
Yeah, wow.
And I didn't know what I would do,
Yeah,
Would I run to the closet and ring the cops? Or, his defense mechanism was, I don't give a fuck who's in my house. I'm
yeah,
bigger, I'm better, I'm bolder than that guy, whoever it is.
yeah,
I'll go for him.
yeah,
And I would win, was his mentality.
yeah, yeah, got you.
And my mentality was, I would hide and call the cops, I suppose. I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it before, but my instant reaction I would freak out.
Yeah,
His was I'd attack.
yes, yeah, got you, got you. Good catching, bro. Good catching. So, in that event, like, was it just you two talking, or
Yeah.
because I think we spoke about this last week as well around memories. Memories are formed when we have this real emotional wave that hits us. Can you remember that? Did we speak about that?
No, I don't think so. I can't remember that.
So a memory is formed. We're going along in life. Remember the old. What's the role of the brain again? Is to what?
I can't remember.
Or particularly the survival brain. What's the role of our survival Rambo brain?
React.
Yeah, react to do what?
Fuck.
You spoke about this other guy. His
Attack.
what?
That's it. Attack.
Yeah. His defense mechanism, eh? His defense mechanism was the bloody gun. He'd do whatever to this person who broke in. So the number one role of our brain, and particularly the Rambo brain, is to keep us alive.
Yeah.
All right. And we're one of the most evolved species. I think we are the most evolved species. We've survived, multiple evolutions, the human being, or the human, what is it? Homo sapien.
Yeah.
So a memory is when we're going along in life and we get smacked by this emotion. And it could be a positive emotion like pure excitement. Can you remember a time you were the most excited, like a moment in your childhood where you're just like the most happiest?
Shit, doesn't spring to mind.
Hey, joyful moment. Like if I say, what did you enjoy most about your childhood? What memory would it take you back to?
I don't know.
A proud moment, maybe?
Yeah, when I was head boy.
Yeah.
When you get sort of selected or get told you got in, or
Yeah.
locks don't score too many tries, so when you score a try at schoolboy rugby.
Yep.
Or
Any from primary school days?
I can't remember. My memory is shocking.
We'll catch that saying. So that's a self-talk you've just said there, eh? Like I catch myself too with my memory. I say, oh shit, I'm hopeless. But if we keep saying that, what does that reinforce?
Yeah.
So just on the memory, this wave of emotion when you got named head boy. For me, we had this little field next to our house. This is when we were young, primary school, and we used to jump the fence to go and play in there, rugby touch with all our neighbours and me and my brother. And whenever I would start to jump the fence, there was this ecstatic feeling because we were about to go play, man. We were about to play cricket, pretend that we we're bloody Ken Rutherford or Mark Greatbatch. You know, we go
Wow,
play out our heroes. And that's a real joyful moment for me. So when we get hit by that emotion, the brain goes, shit, that's a good feeling that we just felt there. We want more of that because it keeps us alive. So let's take a photo of that image, and it stores that, and it goes, let's have more of that because it made me feel good. It gave me these cool emotions. And so there's no surprise that, you know, I'm motivated by gatherings because we had all our mates there at that time as young kids at sport, because I enjoyed that feeling of, you know, maybe imagination of scoring and playing, and then, you know, competition. So it also happens for the opposite, right? When you have a negative experience, this wave of emotion of maybe it's shame, it could be anger, could be guilt that hits us. So, oh man, there's a few for me, but one was I had to stand up in my class and say my surname, and I didn't say my name.
Yeah.
You know, I was very shamed, and so I got hit by this massive emotion, and it took a picture of that and said, "Don't go anywhere near, you know, this situation because it made me feel ashamed, guilty, sad, mad, all those things." So when you think back along your journey, when you talk about that incident with that guy and that conversation, there's a reason why you can remember that more than other things, is because there was emotion attached to it. Do you think there was, like, why do you think you can remember that? What was the feelings during that conversation? Was there any reason for you to think that you would feel something really strong in that moment more than other moments?
Just felt like it was probably that weak thing coming through, you know, or feeling of being attacked, defenseless.
Ah,
Mm.
those are some good words. And what's the picture you get if I was to say you're being attacked and you're defenseless? Like, what's the image that you're portraying or that you get in your head,
A fist coming at me.
right? And you're not doing anything. You're kind of just there taking it.
I don't know what to do. I'm slow
Yeah,
to react.
it's what?
I'm slow to react.
Awesome, awesome. So just these are some powerful words, bro, and they're going to give us some good insight as we move forward. So I'm writing some down in my little book, but you might start to have a place where you just jot these thoughts as they come to you,
Yeah.
and keep store, because they help us direct to where we want to get to that root cause. That's what's causing this. So defenseless. What was the other word?
I'm slow to react.
And so you're literally, the picture you would have is you're literally there. Are you curled over? Are you blocking?
I'm literally just standing there, and he's coming at me, and I'm still just don't know what to do. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't reacted by a defense or attack. I've just stalled,
Cool. Stalled or frozen?
frozen.
Yeah. So do you remember the other responses that happen in survivor and the survival brain or Rambo brain when we perceive there's a threat in our life or coming at us?
No, what's it?
So there's the fight, the fight response.
Yeah.
What might another response be?
Like defend or sort of hibernate.
Yeah. So they call it the freeze response.
Yeah.
We are literally just frozen in the moment, and then there's the flight, so run.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And my kids are classic. They're all different. My boy, I scared him when he came around the corner. I went, rah! And he just started swinging. He didn't want to. Like, there was no angry look on his face, like, rah! It was just like, stop it. And it was just this natural reaction. My daughter comes around the corner and she screams and runs the other way.
Mm.
And so it's this innate response. Now, we learnt it somewhere. That's the key. We learnt it somewhere. So just I'll let that sit with you over the next couple of days.
I think for me, like, sometimes I vision both, you know, getting attacked and losing, but also attacking back and absolutely winning.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know I don't know what the outcome was or is or would have been. So you think about both.
Tell me more there. What do you mean by that? Sorry. So you think about
So then
actions?
you sit there and you think, all right, this guy's going to hit me.
Yeah.
You freeze when
Yep.
when the fist's coming at you. And then your mind goes off like, I'm a big guy. I would have just started fucking swinging from left, right, and centre and just attacking the guy till he's hit the ground and then just walk off.
Yep.
Or I freeze, I do nothing, and he just keeps hitting me, and I just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But both scenarios go through my mind.
Right.
But I don't know I don't know what the outcome was or is or yeah.
Or which one you would do.
Yeah. Or,
Got yeah.
I mean, if I naturally knew that I would take the first hit and then just fire back and win, I think there would be less fear.
Yeah.
But I've never had a fight in my life, so I don't know.
Yeah, got ya. Okay. So what I'm hearing there, bro, is, you picture this event, this guy's talking about what he would do, and in your head you're picturing, shit, okay, I don't know how I'd react. At the moment I feel like maybe option A, which is that don't slow to respond.
Freeze.
Yeah. And they attack you. And then you start to think, well, another option is I'm a big guy, I can come hundy at him and fight back. But there's this feeling of uncertainty on which one of those you would do in the moment.
Yep, there's uncertainty. There's also, if I don't react because I'm a nice guy and I'm a lover, not a fighter,
Yeah.
then am I weak? Am I classed as weak?
Bro, that's a fucking good catch, bro. So where have you heard that?
No, I just thought about it. You know, like, you take the punch and go, well, that's just not me. Aha, you lost the fight. You got knocked out or you got blah, blah. And it's because I didn't want to, and then does that mean I'm a too weak a person to defend myself?
Good catch. So how would you feel if that was the case? That, you're a lover, not a fighter, and that happens. How does it make you feel?
Lonely
Good catch.
or an outsider?
Good catch, bro. Good. These are good words, man.
People don't want to hang out with weak people.
Now, where did you learn that?
No, I just think that a lot of people I associate, that I hang out with would be the fighters. you know, they would just attack.
Mm.
And maybe that's everyone. Maybe that is everyone. Maybe everyone would, you know, a lot of people would naturally just attack, you know.
Mm. I'm really intrigued to, people don't hang out with weak. Where did that, like, that's a belief. Hey.
Or it's that shame.
Mm. And so if you were to think back, okay, that's a belief. We learn our beliefs from everywhere and everyone and everything. We see something happen and we create a belief. This is what the next module's about. So where do you think you may have learned that belief or come across that belief for the first time?
I really don't know. I think maybe I imagine it. I don't think there's any credibility or evidence behind it.
Whoa, you're going to love the next module. So give you a bit of a lead in all these thoughts that you're coming up with. Whose are they and where'd they come from?
Just made up. Now there must be some, you'd have to assume there's roots behind it, but I don't. I can't identify what it is or what it was.
Mm. Well, who puts the words in our head?
Me.
You didn't know how to talk when you were born, though.
My parents.
Yeah, who else?
People around me.
Yeah, the environment, eh? And so I'm sure we spoke about this on our first call, eh? The 140,000 words, eh?
Yeah.
But, when we come out, we're born, or even when we're in utero and in the puku, we don't know language. We don't know words. If you were to be born in Mars and they speak Martian, actually, here's one. When you're born deaf, there's a guy, he was born deaf. There's many, but this guy was born deaf, but then he was able to hear later on in his life. Now you imagine not being able to hear. What are you picking up? What language are you picking up if it's not verbal?
Language.
Hi. So this guy now could read anyone. You imagine how good you would be if you were just from day dot, you were taught or you had to learn to read or understand people from their body language.
Yeah, and get it right. Because we can read people from their body language, but we're completely wrong sometimes.
Because we don't rely on it.
Nah.
As soon as it's audio is our first one, but you take audio away, or sorry, the ability to hear away. So anyway, I can't remember how he started to talk. I don't know if it was something, what was it? He couldn't hear. I have to go and find it. But anyway, he now teaches body language, how to understand body language. He's one of the best in the world. So, these words and that saying or that belief, we learnt it somewhere, and it might even be from a movie, bro. Like my belief around relationships was I'm Rambo. Rambo being, because I think we watched this when we were so young. I remember thinking the man knows best and the woman just has to follow. Because Rambo comes in and saves the day every day.
Yeah.
But that was a belief. It got me in shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's some good insight, bro. Um, these thoughts, these words. So I'm a lover, not a fighter. If I am, though, I'm lonely and then I'm an outsider. People don't hang out with weak. So keep keep, and again, this takes time, but just keep asking yourself why or where. Why is that so? And where did I learn that? Where did I discover that? And again, it's just peeling back the subconscious layers, and that moment or that memory might pop up. Might be when you're in the shower. I had a couple when I was in the shower a few days after, learning some of this stuff. At the time, I was like, oh no, I just can't think of anything. You might wake up in the middle of the night with a thought of a memory. So just keep asking, because we'll get the answer if we keep asking
Yeah.
the right question. So what's sitting with you at the moment, bro, after this kōrero? What's resonating? What are some insights that you feel you've got?
I suppose you still feel it, but you're self-consciously sort of saying it's only words, it's only your thoughts. So still feel lonely and weak, but my mind's saying, where the fuck did you get that from, or why?
Yeah. Good. And why do you think there's that difference at the moment?
Because I'm just learning it.
Yeah, nice. So why is the feeling, and we call the feeling the body, because our body has all these senses that enable us to see and to feel. Why is the body different from the mind?
Slower to react, slower to learn. I don't know.
Yeah, could do. So there's a definition out there of a habit. And one definition is when the body does it better than the mind. Have you ever overeaten before?
Yeah.
Ever been to a buffet and overeaten before?
Yeah.
Yep. Have you ever found yourself doing this? Like, we're full. Like, this was me. Still is me. I still catch myself. Full as. Like, there's no more room and I don't even need the food. And yet my arm is already scooping up the next. My
Yeah.
hands. And as it's coming towards my mouth, I'm looking at it going, I don't need that. I don't need it.
Yeah.
And it just eats it. Or you might drive the same way to work or same way, or when you so what was my example? Is like you drive the same way to work every day, and then you might change the workplace, or you might here's a good example. So taking the kids to kohanga, and then one of them starts to go to the kura,
Yeah.
and I miss the kura turn off because I'm just automatically going to kohanga first.
Yeah.
So what's happened in those two instances?
Your natural reaction, your repetition, it's been the same. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the body then just after it repeats a whole lot of things several times, the habit becomes part of the body. Now when you want to break a habit, what's a habit you've been trying to break besides the mental stuff?
What's that? Sorry?
Is there a habit that you've been trying to break? or get rid of.
And this mental stuff, or just with everything?
Yeah, besides the mental stuff. So it might be eating, it might be
Just getting up early.
getting up early, right? Cool. So the mind says what? That you want to get like, yeah, I want to make a change. I want to get up early to do things.
Yeah.
But what does the body do or say?
I'm tired and it's warm.
Yeah. Hell no, we're not changing. I'm used to this shit. I
Yeah.
love this shit. You know, same if you were to change your knife and fork over,
Yeah.
the mind will say, you know, you got to eat like that. But the body will go, nah, that's uncomfortable. I don't like uncomfortable. Remember, I'm going to keep us safe. The brain's, the survival brain particularly, which is connected to the body, causes us to stay safe. So there's this friction when we ever want to make change. And so what I'm hearing you say before was the mind, you know, you're starting to hear some of these concepts, but the body still feels in these ways. And all I wanted to say is that's just natural when we start to make change. But the solutions that we'll start to introduce will start to address the body as well. So anything you want clarity on before we talk about your actions moving forward and anything module?
Nah, I think that's
okay. So with these number of words, negative words, you know, that pop up, and you know, like I said, there's 140,000 by the time we're 18, and we have 85,000 thoughts a day, and 65,000 of them roughly are negative. What do you think one of our solutions is? One of our strategies or one of our tools?
just keep repeating, training our body.
Yep.
Well, first one's just to start the change.
Yep. And so the change I want you to start introducing is, so every time you hear one of those negative words or statements, you swap it around, and I'll flick you some mantras that you can use to keep the positive view on it. I had a mate, he just used to write down a whole page of positive stuff whenever he had a negative thought come in. He went through a bout of depression. But there's a couple of mantras that I'll flick through to you that you can start chucking in there as well and start repeating. The other one is a list of affirmations, bro. It's a couple of pages. Did we cover this? Sorry, on our first call? I can't remember if I sent you something on our first call.
No.
So you're going to get the list of affirmations and you're going to record them into your device, phone, just say them, and then you're going to listen to them morning and night. You got some headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think we're trying to do there?
Just keep getting our minds positive and getting our repetition, training our mind to be positive.
That's it, bro. Just like we go to the gym and we lift this bicep muscle, we're now just training the mind to do that. And just like in the gym, bro, the muscle's going to go, fuck, that's sore, don't go back. Hey,
Yeah.
do you remember those feelings?
Yeah, I feel it now from rugby training.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
the brain will just go, that's shit. Don't do that. This is wacky dacky. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll flick you through that. Any questions around those?
Nah.
Okay, so your actions moving forward then, what are you going to focus on between now and the next catch up?
I just wrote down that listen to positivity morning and night because I think that's a good one. What was your question? Sorry, I was just finishing writing that off.
Yeah, no, that's it. What were your actions that you're going to do daily between now and the next catch up? That's it. Listening to positivity morning and night.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else? that comes to mind?
Smile when I'm thinking negative,
Yeah,
or, or
nice.
or smile, lift my cheeks when I'm around people.
Yeah. Do you ever sing?
No way.
What's your favorite song that
Uh,
brings back good memories?
I suppose 660 is always pretty good, you know.
Yeah, bro. Love it, love it. Which one?
I don't know. I can even think of one. Oh, there's a song, there's a remix of Benny and the Jets from Elton John, and it's a remix one. But whenever we're out wakeboarding on the boat, we put that on.
Nice.
Love it. But yeah, I suppose that's a nice, positive, relaxing song.
Yeah, well, you want a song that brings positive image, the positive feeling, and one you're going to sing to.
Yeah.
And you're going to pump that every time you're in your car, bro. And you're going to sing like no one's watching. Scientific evidence that singing uh, increases endorphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
yeah.
again, it's just training the body. That's honestly, it's training the body. When it gets those endorphins, it's saying to the body, this is good, keep more of that. This activity gets me all of that. And we're just going to the gym, bro.
Yeah.
So I've got listening to positivity morning and night. That could be your song as well. Smiling when you're feeling down, was it?
Yeah. Or when those feelings go through your head. Yeah. When
Yeah,
you're thinking, overthinking, or bad
yeah,
thought.
nice. And then blast your favorite song a couple of times a day.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
All
right.
right, Marty. Hey, good to catch up. So there's jumping on to the next module. When do you think you'll be able to get into that? Because we'll just catch up again 24 hours after that.
Okay. I'll see how I go. I might try and do it like Sunday and catch up Monday or something. I might be able to do it today for tomorrow, but I just don't want to commit just yet.
Yeah, you got quite a busy schedule.
I've got a bit on today, but I've got a few distractions, non-work distractions today, so I need to focus probably on, and I've got
Yeah,
rugby training and other stuff on today and then tonight, and then I've probably got time tomorrow. Yeah. Um,
yeah, that's cool. So
I'll just text you.
as soon as you've done it, because we want to try and bang out these first three, within 7 to 10 days,
Yeah.
because then that gives us a good length of time. Because then when we start rebuilding after that, after those three, and so 4
How
to
long?
5 weeks.
How long's that module?
So I think it's maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think you can download audio, so you can listen to it in the car.
Oh yeah.
Is one option, or you could just listen, 10 minutes and then come back listen
Yeah.
to the next 10 minutes. Cool, bro. So what I'll do is I'll just any questions about the coaching agreement, because I'll change the date on that, and what I'll do is I'll action that start date from today.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I started it at. And so we'll do the 6 weeks from today. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Whatever's I don't. Yeah. However it
Okay,
works.
cool. And then, did you have any thought about how do you wanted to do the payment? Did you want to do the part payment option?
What were you saying you do? I mean, I can pay. Do you want me to pay half or something up front, or what was the thing you wanted?
Yeah, so we do a couple of part payment options. We do three payments, so you can
Yeah.
break it up into three, or we do half now and then half at the end. And what we need to do though is really get clarity. If you maybe email me, what are the key points that we want to achieve at the end of this, so we're clear on those outcomes. So it's those feelings of not being fearful, more confident, and being able to go out, because that's what we base our guarantee on at the end, right? If we don't hit those, well, that's what we want to hit. We want to hit those. So then, So yeah, half. There's the option of half now, and then the half at the end.
Just do that. Just do that. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'll send you through the updating coaching agreement, and then an invoice for the half. If you come back to me, actually no, you come back to me with the outcomes that you were looking for, and then I'll put that in the coaching agreement, so we've got that clear for both of us.
Yeah. Can we just discuss them rather than? I'm just not going to get a chance to email them.
Oh yeah. Have you got time at the moment?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think. Well, I don't really know. I don't know. Sort of just hard to put them in words. It's a pretty hard guarantee for you, really, to I suppose it's I suppose it's just more confidence to go out in public. And maybe something around the ability to convert those negative thoughts into positives, to a point where you're really just minimizing the amount of time that those thoughts are consuming your mind.
Yeah, so a word often uses kind of mental freedom.
Yeah.
Is a term that a lot of people tend to use. Just free up the mental space. I mean, the other things I can remember off the top of my head, and I just can't find my page that I wrote those notes on, but you're talking about, the ability to get out and socialize, which affected your health because you wanted to get out and go to the gym more, eh? So, it could be something around the ability to get out and exercise more too.
Yeah.
Like everyone I've worked with, if you don't say the words life-changing, then that's really the byline that I abide by. If I don't hear that from anyone, then I haven't succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a big word.
Oh yeah, bro.
Is it 2 or 1 word? 1 word.
Life-changing.
Yeah, I think it's 2 words, isn't it? It's pretty big.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. But we've done it enough times. That we know we can get that for people. I think what I said to you at the start is what I was unsure about is, and this is how I should have expressed it before, is I have worked with a couple of people who've had chemical imbalances.
Yeah.
So it's not to do with any event in our journey or in their childhood that has caused them to start having a belief. And so at the moment we do have a chemical imbalance, but it's due to the more negative thoughts and the negative feelings that keep pumping those chemicals around, the negative chemicals, cortisol. Now, sometimes we can have a chemical imbalance because of an actual part of our brain that produces it could be overgrown, so it pumps out more, or other, it's like a mechanical
influence.
Yeah, not a mental belief influence, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's my only concern. But I think once we go through this process, some of the stuff you were mentioning today gives me some hope and insight that we'll get to the root cause we'll pretty much know by module 3, bro, if we're on the right track. And again, if you're happy, bro, if I don't impact you enough for you to go, this has changed my life, then
Yeah.
I'm happy to give your money back.
Shit. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. I'd rather spend the money and get the life changing than not. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Now the only caveat is, it's like anything, there's work to do in there, so you've got to do the work.
No. I just have to listen and chat for an hour every couple of days. Sweet as.
And play your song. And
Yeah.
listen to your positivity morning and night. So yeah, cool, bro. I will I'll put that into the agreement. Was I waiting? It's today. Yeah, and I'll send you the invoice for the half.
Have you got any podcasts, like positive podcasts?
Yeah,
you said to talk into the thing, but I'm a staller when it comes to actually thinking and saying these stuff. But I'm more than happy if there's some pretty cool podcasts to sort of grab them and listen to them.
Yep,
and
totally.
sign up for the car.
Yeah, man. That's it. Let's start. We start surrounding ourselves with this information. So what I'll do, bro, is have you ever used Slack before at all? Slack?
No.
I'll send you the link on the email. It's just the way it's a platform. It's not a social media platform. I try to stay away from Facebook. I think I may have talked about whether it's Messenger or WhatsApp, but I'm finding Slack because I can then store these recordings on here for you and for us of our corridors.
Yeah.
So I'll send it through to you. You'll just have to upload the app. And also I just like to keep things separate from, social time, which is maybe Facebook and whatever, and, from learning and business in a different drawer, basically. So it's not too hard to use, but I'll put all that stuff in there once you join up, and then you can just, that'll be the main way we'll keep in touch too. So, it'll all be in there, some stuff to listen to.
Sweet. Okay.
Cool, Mardi. Wicked,
right,
man. So, you text me once you listen to the module, and then we'll book a time after that. But if you could, mate, what's today? Thursday. Yeah, bro. If you could do it by Sunday.
Yeah. Friday or Monday. Yeah. How are you placed for Friday or Monday?
Like tomorrow or next Friday?
This Friday. Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm booked up. Yeah, it'd be pretty tight tomorrow. I'd hate to slot. Yeah, I'll be squeezing
Monday.
you in, and it's never nice squeezing in.
Monday.
Yeah, okay. You want to make a time now then?
Yep, why not? Then it commits me to listening to that.
Yeah, that's the one. Book a meeting from a meeting. You're teaching me. Hang on, where are we? Yeah, bro. Is this time good for you on Monday morning?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. 9:30, eh?
Yep.
Wicked. Awesome, buddy. Good to chat, bro. Good to catch up.
Great.
Yep. Cheers.
Okay. Laters.
See you.